Ankalaev is very dangerous, and I think he's the #1 contender, and he's been on a winning.
What if the one fighter who can stop Alex Pereira isn't just another knockout artist, but someone with a relentless mental game, superior wrestling, and the will to drag him into deep waters? The fight everyone's been waiting for is finally here. Magomed Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira. And let's just say, Ankalaev isn't here to play games. Ankalaev has been on a tear in the UFC, a streak that has made him one of the most dangerous contenders in the light heavyweight division. 12 straight wins, and the man isn't just hungry for the title, he's downright obsessed with taking Pereira down. From taunting Pereira on social media to throwing jabs at him in interviews, Ankalaev isn't shy about his disdain for the champ. This fight isn't just business for him, it's personal. The psychological warfare that Ankalaev is waging against Pereira is almost as dangerous as his fists. The Russian's relentless mentality is becoming a major factor in the lead-up to this highly anticipated fight. He doesn't just want to defeat Pereira, he wants to expose him, break him down, and prove that he is the true king of the light heavyweight division. Ankalaev's wrestling might be the key to his success. While Pereira has made a name for himself as one of the scariest strikers in the world, Ankalaev is just as dangerous, if not more so, in his own right. His wrestling is a weapon that few in the division can match, and it's exactly what makes him such a threat to Pereira's knockout-heavy approach. Joe Rogan has said it himself, Pereira's knockout power is legendary, but Ankalaev isn't a slouch when it comes to his own skills. His ability to mix strikes and takedowns keeps his opponents guessing. Ankalaev can stand and trade, but he's also more than capable of getting the fight to the ground. That ability to nullify Pereira's striking game by dragging him into the grappling exchanges is what could give Ankalaev the edge. While Ankalaev's wrestling-heavy style could be the answer to Pereira's knockout power, the champion's confidence has always been a huge factor in his success. Pereira is calm, collected, and focused. He doesn't engage in the war of words that Ankalaev is trying to provoke. While Ankalaev taunts him on social media, Pereira simply refuses to acknowledge it, remaining laser-focused on what's in front of him, the fight itself. His confidence is unwavering, even against someone as dangerous as Ankalaev. But will that confidence blind him to the threat Ankalaev poses with his ground game? Pereira's knockout ability has made him a legend in the UFC, but we've seen that he's not invincible. His fight with Jan Blachowicz exposed cracks in his ground game. Blachowicz wasn't known for his wrestling, but even he was able to take Pereira down and control him. Ankalaev's wrestling is far more refined, and his pressure game could break Pereira if he's unable to stop the takedowns. Pereira's team has been working tirelessly on his grappling, with Glover Teixeira helping him shore up his defense against wrestlers. But no amount of training can fully prepare you for the intensity that a fighter like Ankalaev brings into the octagon. Ankalaev's strategy is simple: wear Pereira down. He's not looking for a quick finish, he's looking to impose his will on the champion and take him into deep waters. Ankalaev is a patient fighter who doesn't rush. He understands that Pereira's knockout power is always a threat, but he also knows that if he can control the pace of the fight and drag it into the later rounds, Pereira's gas tank could start to fade. Ankalaev's game plan is to grind Pereira down, take him to the ground, and force him into a grueling 5-round battle. It's not going to be easy, but if Ankalaev can execute his game plan, it could be a long night for Pereira. Pereira isn't taking this fight lightly, though. He's been here before. He's faced adversity, and he's come out on top. His rise through the ranks has been nothing short of meteoric, and he's proved time and time again that he can overcome challenges. But Ankalaev presents a unique challenge. This isn't just another striker who's going to stand and trade with Pereira. Ankalaev has the tools to neutralize Pereira's biggest weapon, his striking. And that's where the real test for Pereira begins. In the lead up to this fight, Pereira has been focused on one thing: preparing for the worst. He knows Ankalaev's wrestling is his biggest threat, and he's been working on his takedown defense and grappling. Pereira's response to Ankalaev's verbal jabs has been silence, but in the cage, he's been anything but quiet. He's been training relentlessly, and his confidence is at an all-time high. But we can't ignore the fact that Ankalaev's style is built to neutralize fighters like Pereira, fighters who rely heavily on striking. If Pereira can't stop the takedowns, it could be a long and painful night for him. Pereira's knockout ability is one of the most feared in the sport. His ability to end a fight with a single punch is what has made him a champion. But this fight will be different. Ankalaev is not going to stand there and allow Pereira to land those big shots. He's going to make Pereira fight on his terms, and that's where the intrigue lies in this fight. Can Pereira keep it standing long enough to land one of his signature knockouts, or will Ankalaev force him into a grueling battle on the ground? Ankalaev has earned his spot as the #1 contender. His undefeated streak speaks for itself. He's waited patiently for his chance, and now that it's finally here, he's not going to let it slip away. He's been talking a big game, and he believes he has what it takes to dethrone Pereira. Ankalaev's striking is often overlooked because of his wrestling, but he's proven time and time again that he can hold his own on the feet. If Pereira takes him lightly, he could find himself in a fight he never expected. But while Ankalaev's confidence is undeniable, Pereira's has been built through years of domination. Pereira knows how to handle the pressure, and he's not afraid of the challenge that Ankalaev presents. His mentality is one of calm confidence, and he's not about to let someone like Ankalaev shake him. Pereira is focused on the fight at hand, and he's not letting the mind games get to him. His approach is simple: train hard, stay focused, and let the results speak for themselves. The fight between these two is shaping up to be one of the most intense showdowns in the division's history. Pereira's knockout power is something few can withstand, but Ankalaev's wrestling is on a different level. This isn't just a battle of two fighters, it's a clash of styles, a clash of mentalities, and a clash of wills. Ankalaev wants to prove he's the best, and Pereira wants to prove that he's more than just a knockout artist. Both fighters have something to prove, and that's what makes this fight so compelling. The build-up to UFC 313 has been electric. Fans are divided on how the fight will go down. Some believe Pereira will land one of his signature power shots and end the fight early, while others think Ankalaev will drag Pereira into deep waters, forcing him to struggle on the ground. Social media has been buzzing with predictions, and the debate is only adding fuel to the fire. Ankalaev's taunts and Pereira's cool demeanor have made this fight one of the most talked about in recent memory. But beyond the trash talk and mind games, one thing is clear: both of these fighters are elite. Pereira has dominated the striking game, but Ankalaev has proven he can do it all. He's got the striking, the wrestling, and the intelligence to make this fight a war. As much as Pereira's knockout power has made him a fan favorite, it's Ankalaev's all-around skill set that could make him the toughest test of Pereira's career. This fight could go either way, and that's what makes it so exciting. For Pereira, this fight is more than just another title defense. It's a chance to prove that he's not just a one-trick pony. He's a complete fighter who can handle all styles, not just those that stand and trade with him. For Ankalaev, this fight is his moment to prove that he's not just the #1 contender, he's the best fighter in the division. Both men have something to prove, and that's why this fight is so compelling. Pereira's knockout power is one of the most feared in the sport, but Ankalaev's wrestling could be the key to victory. If Pereira can't stop the takedowns, it could be a long night for him. If Ankalaev can get Pereira to the ground and keep him there, he could win the fight. But if Pereira can land one of his signature power shots, it could all be over in an instant. This is the kind of fight that leaves fans on the edge of their seats, wondering who will come out on top. The future of the light heavyweight division is about to be decided at UFC 313. Will Pereira continue his reign, or will Ankalaev prove that he's the real deal? One thing is for certain: the stakes are higher than ever,